Jace Denman from Flag Family Media. I'm here with the head coach of Dragon men's basketball, Jason Kemp. Coach, only one game last week, but you got that win on the road at Crookston. Never an easy place to play on the road in any conference opponent, but how important was that win to kind of reset coming out of the break?
Yeah, it was more important internally, just that we got back to our winning ways, and we felt what it felt like to win again, and so we were excited about going up to Crookston and playing well out of Christmas break.
You look at the kind of the leaders of that game as far as statistically speaking. Rod Payne had a really nice game. Sam Hastrider was on fire, doing it from inside and outside, and from the time he's been here with the Dragons, it was a really good game to see how his game overall has been developing. He's not just a spot-up shooter. He's able to get in there, rebound, get to the rim a little bit. How happy were you with their performances this past weekend?
I challenged both those guys during Christmas break while they were at home to really compete like all conference players, right? And, you know, their talent makes them all conference players, but there's another level you have to take it to if you truly want to be one of the best players in the league. And I think they both rose to the occasion and stepped up to the challenge.
How happy were you with the thing you've been talking to us week in and week out? You look at just one specific game. We've been talking about defense a lot. How was your overall assessment of the team's defense in that game for those of us that maybe didn't get a chance to see it?
Effort and fight, A+. Execution, I'll say a strong C.
It'd be C+?
Yeah, maybe. However, you know, we're a work in progress as far as how we execute. It's really hard when you have a lot of new players to be on the same page, especially on that end. Everybody has habits from their old school.
Right.
And that's what they bring with them. And so we're going to continue to fight. But right now, as long as the effort's there, the way we score the basketball on the other end, it gives us a chance to win every game.
When you look at that is one of the leading stats of this team. They're one of the league leaders, if not the league leader in points per game. Is that more of a result of the players being able to knock down shots? Is it a result of your system offensively you guys are running? What has been the key factor in being so efficient on the offensive end?
Yeah, it's something I wanted to establish when I came here, a style that the fans would enjoy. I think we've done that. And you know, everyone who's played basketball knows it's easy to get excited about that side of the floor.
Of course, yeah.
So if I tell my team, hey, you guys get to go out and have fun and run and play loose, like that's what's going to show up. And they've embodied and embraced our style, which is fast, physical, and resilient.
When you mention that, though, you talk about, obviously, we've all played some ball, and yeah, it's easy to get excited about the offensive side of the ball. How do you then kind of merge that with a tough, gritty, hard-nosed type of defense? Because that's what I see from you guys on the court. That's what I see when you guys practice. Really want to be, you know, sound in the defensive game. How do you merge kind of this free-flowing offense along with a tough, gritty defense? Because sometimes that's not easy to do. Sometimes the teams that score the most, they're the ones that are giving up the most points as well.
That's very true. You know, we play a high possession style offensively, so naturally it gives your opponent a lot more opportunities to score. And so we're not trying to hold teams in the 50s and 60s. We're not your traditional Big Ten Summit League, you know, NSIC type team. We play faster. And so we have to accept that, you know, our opponents might play in the 70s.
Yeah.
But what we're trying to do is we're trying to eliminate the glaring mistakes and the effort plays. And that's what we've bought into at Crookston, and we need to continue to carry that on into the second half of conference play.
Absolutely. Now, when you talk about this, it's the second time you get a chance to take on Concordia St. Paul. This time it's going to count in conference standings. You had an overtime loss to them early on in the non-conference. You followed that up with another game down in Winona. So what's it going to take to get wins this weekend in St. Paul, in Winona?
Well, I told the team the beauty of it is that, you know, we played a really competitive game against Concordia. We came up on the wrong side of it, but it didn't count in the conference standings. It counts in our minds.
Yeah.
And so we've got to carry that mentality of we owe them into this next game. They've got a very talented roster. They play a style very similar to ours. We've got to show up and play well and be who we are for 40 minutes. And then Winona, it's the exact opposite. They attack you with 5 guys connected on the defensive end, tough, gritty. They make it hard for you to score. So we have to find as many ways to create easy baskets as we can down down at Winona after 24 hours, after 40 minutes, 24 hours before of running at a fast pace.
Exactly.
So that is the challenge this weekend.
Is that real tough, kind of going between two completely different styles of opponents?
It is, and certainly I think that's what hurt us against Mary in Northern. Is that Mary junked it up. They played zone. They switched presses, switched defenses, and then coming back against Northern with Coach Wilbur, who just plays a solid style, and there's a lot of passing and cutting, and they play 5-on-5 defense. That was certainly a challenge in that stretch, and so we've got to be prepared and ready to win against two different styles this weekend.
Just last question for you. Obviously, we've gotten now into conference season. We're back to the back-to-back nights. You kind of had been away from that in the first half of the season. We talked to Coach Nelson. She loves it this way, back-to-back nights. Are you kind of in favor of the back-to-back nights, or do you like the Thursday, Saturday type of scheduling?
Tell me when we're playing. Tell me when we're playing.
Tell me what time would tip off, and then we're ready to go.
They got to show up and be ready to go, too. And so that's the mentality I'm trying to feed to these guys is anytime, any place, anywhere, we have to be ready to play.
There you go. You heard it right from the coach's mouth there. So, Coach, best of luck this weekend. Big game James and I will be there on Saturday down in Winona. We prefer to take the longer road trip as opposed to the shorter one, so we'll be there Saturday. So, best of luck, and we'll see you on Saturday.
You're torturing yourself.
Yeah,
we'll see you there.
We do what we love. What can we say?
There you go.
All right, this is Jace Denman alongside head coach Jason Kemp of your Dragon Men's basketball team. We'll talk to you soon.